So what do you see as your role as a school administrator in promoting strength-based practice in your school?
Well, I think that if senior administration do not value a strength-based approach in the school, it would be very difficult for anybody to really take up that type of programming. So really, the principal and senior school administration, certainly the more support that one could get for the initiatives, probably the more successful you're going to be. But certainly the principal needs to hold as core values that their belief that everybody has strength. Oftentimes we look at a deficit model, right? A model of what needs to improve. And research has shown and practice has shown that really students will, regardless of the deficit, for the most part, students will gravitate towards their strength, and the strength is actually what is going to reduce the deficit anyway. So why don't we spend more effort in identifying the strength for students and then creating programming that supports that strength in developing students' overall health, right? That's modeled, and again, I think that principals really need to model that for teaching staff, and they model it in two ways. They model it with their interaction with students, but they also model it with their interaction with teachers. So we also deal with teachers from a strength-based approach, right? I see these are the things that are most effective in your classroom. I see that this is what you highlight for kids, what has kids being engaged with you, right? And so you promote the positive, you promote that they want to support kids in healthy, meaningful, genuine ways, that they're looking at developing positive relationships with students, and you focus more on those aspects than on all those aspects of what might not be occurring in your school at that point in time. It's really important to look at your own belief system. So what is it that you believe about learning, about students, about relationships? What is your vision for students learning in whatever capacity that you bring to the school? Those really need to be concrete, because as you go into the relationship piece of that, and we know about what we know about relationships is they all have their struggles and they all have their positive aspects. But if we're in those times of struggle, if we're not really sure about what it is that we believe and what the vision we have for that relationship is, then that's, I think, where we get lost, and potentially that's when we might veer away from our strength-based practice into doing something else.